Hi guys, I am Crystal Sky here with another episode of Learning to Draw Weekly. This week, first, new art supplies. I showed you these books last week, but I went to Michael's and spent way too much money, as usual. And I got some $5 cheap gouache. This is a set of gouache paint. Not artist quality, obviously, it's just artist loft quality, which if you guys know is not very good. Then I got, these are watercolors, artist loft watercolors. I just got these because it was a set of watercolors, acrylics in different colors, which is a little strange. And then pastels, which I used in some of my pieces today. They're super cheap pastels. They don't actually blend all the way. But I got them all for $5, so that was fun. That also came with a cheap pencil and a cheap sharpener, which I had just lost my sharpener, so that's fine. I also got these. These are Winsor & Newton watercolors. It's one of the tiny palettes. Let me open it up here. It's a travel size palette. I love this palette. If I show you the other palette that I have is a koi watercolor palette. It's huge. It's a really big palette. It's got more colors than the Winsor & Newton one that I have, but it's so big. I can't take it in my purse with me. Sorry, you guys are gonna hear the cars pass by. It's too hot in here to close the window. So I have these artist Winsor & Newton watercolors, which the palette's small and I kind of like it. It fits right in my purse. Super tiny, and I have the two brush pens that I've mentioned before. So it's great to just take around with me. Alright, let's get into the art. I've used these two books and another book to test watercolors in. This paper here, these are Moleskine notebooks. This paper doesn't take to anything but really pencil and pen. Watercolors, I'll show you in a minute, but watercolors do not work on this. So we'll start with this one here. This is the original one that I got that I drew that on. I think you saw Slime Rancher, which I was just testing my Coletto on the paper. This is my Coletto, by the way. I got some more refills for it. I love that pen. These are some little doodles. This is Mimikyu, but like in a different style. These are May's Yeti skin shoes because they look like tiny Yetis and that's adorable. And then there were some song lyrics that inspired a tiny doodle of a girl flying, so there's that. And then I drew this, and her sweater has little hearts on it. Isn't that, like, I really love that pattern. So, that happened. You guys recognize this guy here. He has a huge YouTube channel, and I just drew him because he was on my screen, and that's what I was watching that day. Then I also have the YouTube logo on the bottom. I went out for my birthday, and I drew some life drawing. Some of them turned out alright, some of them didn't. This was the mural in the Italian place we went to. This was some random guy sitting at a table across from us. This is supposed to be an old lady, but it turned into a young guy somehow. He morphed. And this is a portrait of a portrait, so portception. Let's see, I attempted to draw my mother, which is great. And then I tried working on side profiles for a bit. This is, I was watching an Adobe stream and he referenced box of hot dogs. That's why I wrote LOL Adobe screen in the corner. To draw hands. The Adobe guy referenced box of hot dogs to draw hands. And I was like, hey, that's really good. So I did all the practices that he did with a three-dimensional. I just kind of like followed along with his quick stream tutorial while he was in Adobe. I don't remember which streamer it was super cool. This was an idea I had on the go about micro elves running a hotel out of a Christmas tree. I don't know where this idea came from, but I love it. We went to a Mexican restaurant for lunch on my mom's birthday. My mom's birthday is December 12th, so that's pretty cool. And this was kind of the mural. And I spelled it wrong because I'm derpy, and I was really mad at myself for not getting the text size right, so I did it that way to, like, make myself more embarrassed with life. But the top of the thing was really cool looking, so I just drew that like that. And then we have one more thing. I was thinking of, let me get the cover out. I was thinking of drawing some ballerinas and how a ballerina's face would look. And I was really unhappy with all the noses in here. So this one I take on the go with me. That's my travel one. This one, Mark Crilly did a tutorial on gingerbread men, and it didn't turn out anywhere near as good as his, but this is how it turned out. It's not horrible. It could be worse. And then I drew myself as a gingerbread man, which is pretty cute. But I started following this Twitch streamer called Stevie Draws. She's so fun to watch and watch her streams. Anyway, when she was in the Adobe stream that day, she did noses. I was complaining about how I hate drawing noses because I do, and she gave me a whole tutorial on noses, which was so nice of her. And these are the nose results. And this is a pose that I kind of wanted to think about. Then the next streamer after Stevie, I don't remember his name because I'm terrible with names, but he was doing like a landscape thing, and it kind of inspired this, which looks nothing like his drawing. So I don't really know how it was inspired from that, but it happened. It's a little weird because it's on pencil. And then this girl has a toothache or a cheek ache or something. Something is wrong with her. But it's colored in colored pencil, and I kind of like it. Even though she has like some sort of weird problem with her face. And that's it in these sketchbooks. Now this is the sketchbook I tried watercolor in. There's no color in it, but I tried drawing like my interpretation of what some clouds look like. I saw a cloud that I really wanted to draw. So you see the paper. This is not meant for watercolors or any sort of anything on this paper. This paper sucks. So I just wanted to see how watercolor would take, because like I said, I had this little palette to bring with me so that I could do watercolors on the go, and the paper just did not like it. Just doesn't like watercolor. So, but I did like super watercolor on it, so. But even the edges, which don't have that much on them, really came up, and then like it's cracking even. So this paper just really didn't enjoy. I mean, they're cheap watercolors. They're super cheap watercolors. I did all the blue in this color. You know, they're super cheap watercolors, but they still should have gone on better. Anyway, that was just like a test cloud. This is a test cloud. I actually have it sandwiched in my urban sketching book that I love a lot. Because it's open like that. Oh my god, okay. There are people in my house that are awake, which is why I don't ever do this video in the mornings, but I delayed learning to draw weekly this week because I had some fan art that I was drawing that I really like. Okay, let's get into this stuff here. This is the Mikoshi that you guys saw last week, but Stevie Draws, I joined her community and I subscribed to her channel, and she's doing a, her winter theme, her December theme is winter and fawns. So these are all, other than the watercolor palette, I couldn't figure out what palette I wanted to do, so these are all swatches from here, and like mixing together what color I wanted to do for like the trees and stuff. But this is how it started out. It started with a fawn peeking out of a tree, more peeking out of a tree, and then leaning against a tree, and then maybe looking at someone, I thought. But then maybe just peeking out with like a knife or something scary. Maybe I'd make him like scary. And then I was like, no, I don't really like knives. Let's try a bow and arrow. And I was like, nah. So then I went back to him peeking behind a tree. And then I went to him peeking at a tree looking at a girl. And then it turned into this, which this is a terrible piece. I actually stopped this piece because I didn't like it so much. But this was all done in watercolors without lining, and then I relined it afterwards. It's terrible. I hate it. I didn't even finish lining here because I just hate it so much. But I like the idea. Like, her legs are too short. I just went in with watercolor. I didn't even like draw with pencil or anything. I just went watercolor. So I hate this piece, but I like the idea, so I'll probably do it in another piece, but this was just kind of like a concept watercolor piece. Sorry guys, my camera died. 2 a.m. or bust. I gotta record from now on, but my battery died. So let's hurry this up. So this is a ballerina, her leg's a little broken, done in watercolors, not terrible. That's in this sketchbook. And in this sketchbook, I was planning to do a big fan art speed paint video, but I decided against it because I wanted to use pastels. This is all these cheap pastels. I practiced doing her brand of eyes and her different hairstyles. I tried different eye styles for her to see what would fit her, and this is the piece that I stole Learning to Draw Weekly to do. I did it in these cheap pastels that I freaking love this so much. This is the eye style that the anime and the manga both use, and I love this piece a lot. I stalled Learning to Draw Weekly because I just really wanted to include this week. It's a fan art from an anime called Shirayuki-hime, or Snow White, red-haired Snow White. The name is ridiculous, but the show is really good, and it's a romance show, so it's super cute. And that's all for this week, guys. I will see you next week for more Learn to Draw Weekly. I didn't do anything digitally this week. I mostly did stuff on paper because I was out a lot of the week for birthdays and stuff because it's near Christmas. So I will see you guys next week for more Learn to Draw Weekly.